Good morning. December 22nd, a few days from Christmas. We're getting close now. Everybody's getting excited. So, man, I wanted to share something very interesting with you guys today. It seems like we're being consumed or hit in every direction in our world by fear. And I want to ask a question this morning. I think people need to evaluate this question, research this question, and really dive into it deep, because I think it could be very helpful to everyone that listens to this. So the question is, how are things unfolding in our world right now? We're being told to be very fearful. I mean, we're getting pushed fear, fear, fear every direction we turn. You can't turn social media on, TV without, this fear of this new COVID variant that's out. And the question is, how well is that working? How effective is that in the world we live? So we've got, different places in the US, different parts of different states, and different limitations, different fears are being imposed and being, imposed on the people of those states. And the question is, what are the results? In the places where we have the strictest restrictions, the most, fear being pushed, is COVID numbers way better in those states as far as deaths and just raw numbers? No, they're not. In fact, there is a good case to be made where the fear is being pushed the most, where people are accepting the fear the most and tolerating it, that the cases are worse in those places than the places that's not being pushed as hard. So I think when we get into these situations, we're so in tune to listening to the noise of the world that we get distracted and everything gets distorted. But what's interesting, man, I've been reading the Bible a lot this year. Like every day, I'm on a daily reading plan. And one of the things I've learned this year from the Bible that I just maybe lost sight of or didn't understand, but man, God's got a way of dealing with leaderships of countries, states, in a way that he shows his power. When people start thinking they've got the power of God and they can control everything, and they're just the expert on everything and they know everything and they can control anything that's going on. COVID would be a great example. There's been leadership in this country from the get-go who's thought they could control this deal from the very beginning. I mean, we're being told right now that if everybody would get vaccinated, it would stop the spread. Well, I'm a big sports fan, and we've got football games on Tuesday night now. NBA games are being postponed. All this stuff, sports-wise, is being shuffled around right now because so many people have COVID. Well, guess what? 90% of these people, in fact, some of the NBA teams that are postponing stuff right now are fully vaccinated, the whole team. But yet, 75% of the team has COVID right now, so they can't play basketball games. So it's vaccinated people spreading it to other vaccinated people. So we're being told that being vaccinated will prevent you from spreading it to other people, but that's not true at all. And in fact, that may be the most dangerous statement right now that's out, is that if you're vaccinated, you can't spread it to someone else, or it will stop the spread. It will kill COVID. No, it won't. There's thousands and thousands of people who have COVID right now today that have been vaccinated. But if you're telling people, if you've been vaccinated, that you're not going to spread it, guess what you're doing? I would be scared to go to Christmas events too if that's what I really believed. If I've been vaccinated and I can still get COVID, and maybe I've got a cold or whatever. I don't know what I have, but I go to spend time with my family at Christmas, and I go, well, man, I'm not worried about it. I've been vaccinated. I can hug on people, kiss on people, just act like I'm not even sick if I'm sick. That's dangerous right there. And I think if you look at the places, like I said, just evaluate the results. The places that have had the most strict restrictions, the ones that have bought into that, hey, if I'm vaccinated, I'm good, I can't spread it. Those states have it the worst right now, have the worst numbers right now. So I just thought it was something very interesting. I always try, man, I want to expand people's what they can see in a positive way. I think that's important. And I'm not, trust me, I'm not on here to push fear at all. I think we just got to have common sense. And I just think it's very interesting the way things are unfolding. You know, people who have told us that they're in control and they can fix this and everything's going to be good because they're in control. It's just a disaster for them. And to me, my personal belief, I believe it's God. I believe God plays a big role in that. You know, anytime people get over their skis and think that they know more than everybody else knows, and they're the God of the United States or whatever, man, it's history. History shows time and time again that those people end up experiencing a very bad result of their knowledge, their wisdom, their interactions with people. So I don't want to preach fear this morning. I'm not for vaccines. I'm not against vaccines. I think it's a personal choice. Here's what I'm for. Do your research, make your own decision. I'm for having that choice. That's my stance. I don't care. I think there's people that, you know, if I was in their situation, I would be vaccinated. I think there's people that if I was in their situation, I wouldn't be vaccinated. So I'm neither one pro or con on that deal. But what I am is, man, we got to quit being lied to, because I don't think it's helping. I don't think it helps to tell people that if you're vaccinated, it's going to stop the spread, because then people get the wrong impression. They quit washing their hands. They quit doing things. They just, you know, they've been pent up for so long. Man, I'm going to go get the shot and I'm going to live my life, and I ain't doing none of this crap no more. And then what happens is you got states that are just getting it left and right because it doesn't stop the spread. I think, you know, in certain cases, it can prevent you from getting a severe case, but I don't think that it stops the spread. I think vaccinated people can carry it. I think they can spread it. It shows that within the sports community right now, big time. But on a positive note, I'm going to end this on a positive note. There's been several very good doctors come out and say that these are doctors that are studying the results, studying the research right now. And as of right now, that this new variant that's spreading like wildfire is less dangerous. It's not having the same deathly effects that the previous variants have had. So hopefully that holds true. And but it's kind of ironic if you think about it. You know, this new variant with all the people. I mean, I forget how many people they said has been vaccinated at this point, but it's a large number, and this stuff is spreading like wildfire. You know, it's ironic that, you know, we're going to stop the spread by getting everybody vaccinated. Well, when we've had more people vaccinated than ever, this thing's spreading faster than ever. I just think the good news is hopefully it's not going to have it's more like the regular, maybe even less. From what I heard last night, the effects may even be less than the regular flu, and that would be awesome. So I just wanted to spread some truth, man. I just feel like we're being lied to every day from every direction, and it's just not productive, and it doesn't help people. Fear does not help people. You know, that's a whole different discussion, but I believe fear does more damage than actual. I believe at the end of the day, when they do the final evaluations, when they look back on this some 50 years from now, I believe there's going to be some studies that show fear was more dangerous during this time than actually COVID itself. It's crazy what fear can cause people to do. If you go back in history to the times of the Depression, man, and what that did to people, and people were dying even though they didn't have physical ailments, just because of the actual situation, the amount of people that died just because of the fear of what was going on in that time. It's crazy. So you guys have a great Wednesday. I'm ready to get after it this morning, getting pumped up. We're getting a few extra little things for each other this week, and just really in the mood of celebrating Christmas, celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. We're going to a special Christmas Eve or service tonight. I know it's not Christmas Eve tonight, but they're doing several Christmas Eve services for people that's gonna, can't actually go on Christmas Eve. So if you guys are not going to one of those or want to tune into one, man, World Outreach Church, man, those people do an excellent job of preaching the gospel. So you guys have a great Wednesday, and I will see you in the morning.